Today on Stupid Fast RC, we are showing you the Eachine E52 TX pocket drone. It has foldable wings, a camera, you can use Wi-Fi to drive it, or it has a controller with sticks and everything. It's awesome. Now, it's good flying outside, as long as it's not really windy, or inside, as long as your mother's not around. And I mentioned the camera thing, it's got lights, I don't know, let's take a quick look after this. Okay, so this is it up close when it's not buzzing past your ears. It's kind of cool. Really like the wings fold in completely underneath, and it's very compact and very much designed to go in your pocket, which is cool because you can just carry it around, you can be anywhere with it. See, the battery comes out in one piece. Now that's fairly unusual because normally you've got to faff around with covers and, you know, connectors that don't always fit, etc, etc. Now I really like Eachine drones. They've come a long way. And I think if it's got Eachine on it, it's usually pretty good. Now, this is the Wi-Fi setup, so you can use a phone, either an Apple phone or an Android, and there's a QR code which you get out of the manual, you download the app. Now, the app's got all the usual stuff: gyro, camera flip, record video, take photo, etc, etc, headless, just the usual stuff. One of the things that's not normally there is virtual reality. So you've got a 3D mode, so you can record in 3D, and I'm guessing if you put your headless goggles on, you'll be able to see it in 3D, which is pretty cool, VR mode. The other thing is that it has voice control. I didn't use the voice control. I had enough trouble with the non-verbal communication with the craft. However, and it also has a track route, which draws a little stick sort of drawing. Now, one of the things that I'll suggest to you is that when you're trying something for the first time, hold it. And this is a good way to actually get a feel for what the controls are doing. Now, this here, I'm just showing the camera. Now, going back to the camera, this is a 720p, but it's a very good one. I've seen cameras before, but and it wasn't just me, because when Tom saw it as well, he said exactly the same thing. He went, "Oh God, look at the picture." And that is actually a pretty good quality picture. The drones universally now send back a picture of some sort, but they vary dramatically in quality. And the last two drones I've looked at, in particular this one, the quality is good 720. If that makes any sense. Normally you get 720, well, it says it's 720, but it looks terrible. So yeah, pretty impressed with this. So that's not too bad, and a bit of a step up. As I said, Eachine, I think they're just getting better and better. Okay, so now I'm going to use the controller rather than the phone. Now I want to get this in headless mode. There's actually quite a few functions on here, but probably, you know, the most important one to begin with is headless, which is that first button. To get that going, the green light will flash once you press this button. So it's no flashing for normal mode. Headless mode is here. Now, just to prove that I've done it, there's a takeoff switch. So when I press the stick in the right direction, the same direction each time, the craft wants to do the same thing. So no matter which way it's facing, it's always doing the same thing. And I can tell that by moving the stick the same way, rotating the craft, and it will pull in the direction that I'm moving the stick, regardless of which way it's facing. Probably not a great test because I may have had that a little bit too close to the drone itself, but you see how that works. So that's the other thing as well. If you want to get used to the controls and get a feel for what they're doing, just hold the drone. That's probably the quickest way to get the hang of it, right? So rather than have it take off and fly into something and spray propellers everywhere, it's probably better to just hold it, put it in your hand, and just see what's going on, and you know, just give it a bit of a light turn and do different things with it until you get a bit of a feel for what the controls are doing. On the phone, you've got mode 1, mode 2, which means that the accelerator goes from right to left in mode 1. I'm not sure that there's that facility available on the actual control, on the transmitter. A lot of good features in here. Unfortunately, the instructions are a little bit light on, and that's what happens with these models, but you can see from the app
that there are more functions available than what they've described in the instructions, which is a little bit sad, but that's why it happens. So a bit of trial and error to find out what they do, and of course some of the terminology doesn't translate that well from what they've written to what it actually does. So once again, trial and error. Hold the drone maybe if you want to try it. There's flips and things in there, and you know, overall not really a good indoor drone. In fact, I'd say not. What you're probably looking for here is a wide open space that doesn't have a lot of wind. That's what I'd recommend. A park perhaps on a still day, or a gymnasium, or something like that, an undercroft, a big area like that. But you really need a bit of space, and just give yourself some time to get used to it. Battery life seems okay. It does take a while to charge, as these things normally do, but you know, good from the point of view that you can fold it up and pack it away without breaking the arms. Yeah, all good.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe and watch these crazy videos too. Stupid fast RC.
And then it goes and lands, and this wants to flip it.
Okay.
I need to know how to start it.
I think it's mode 1, so that's throttle. Hang on a sec, Tom. Hang on a sec, Tom. Whoa! Whoa!